Ryan Mayer here from CBS Local Sports alongside James Brown. And James, obviously, Super Bowl 53, Atlanta. It's the talk of the day today. So just how excited are you? I know you talked a little bit about it in your speech, just to have the opportunity to be on the call for this game, for the NFL today, and in the city of Atlanta, too.
Certainly, given it's a long season, it can be arduous. You're navigating murky waters. Great stories, murky waters in terms of watching how teams manage the challenges and difficulties that they encounter during the season. But the payoff is the Super Bowl.
Right.
And much like the players who put in all their time in training camp, OTAs, and of course during the season, it's all worth it no matter the nicks and bruises when you've got the big game. So I'm excited. Just praying right now, and given the teams that remain in the tournament, if you will, we've got some good storylines with each, so I don't think we can lose in terms of the teams that remain, which is, that's going to bring about all kinds of stories in and of itself. But who can argue with Atlanta as a venue as well? So I'm looking forward to it, excited.
Now, what's the most exciting part to you about being in Atlanta? It's such a vibrant city, and you mentioned it again in your speech here today. It's kind of becoming a little bit of Hollywood. There's some different factors there in that city, so much history and so much vibrance to it.
It is that rich history that you're talking about that's going to give us plenty to mine stories, if you will. Number two, it better not be like Dallas the one year they had the ice storm, or even Atlanta at one point in time. So I'm praying that the weather will be good. The ideal thing was that we got a domed stadium, so that won't adversely impact things. And at the end of the day, Ryan, for me, what really, I guess, differentiates whether or not a city is a great host city is the hospitality.
Right.
And Southern hospitality at its finest certainly has some roots in Atlanta. One thing I have to be careful of is the rich food. Your boy's lost all that weight. I'm trying not to put any more back on. As a matter of fact, I got a few suits that I still can't wear because I'm not as low as I used to be. So I'll leave them at home and try to just enjoy some healthy fare.
So as we come into this game, obviously you've been around these Super Bowls for years. I'm just curious, what's your favorite Super Bowl moment?
Wow. You know what? It's interesting because working with the players, John Madden said it best. The game is still the thing. So you want a competitive game, one prayerfully that is still competitive into the fourth quarter to hang on to the viewers. We get just as pumped up on the periphery covering the game as well. So that's what we want. That's number one. Number two, if there's something exciting, as long as it's not dangerous, that occurs like at the Superdome when the lights go out, because that speaks to and feeds my curiosity as a correspondent. Although we couldn't get any information there because of obviously a lot of the external threats associated with it, if you hear what I'm saying. So we didn't want anything like that. But it feeds my intellectual curiosity and juices as well, too. There will be something happening that will, in fact, engage us to make sure we get to the bottom of the story.
Now, the final thing I wanted to ask you, obviously you talked a little bit about the Southern hospitality and the food, but I'm curious, from a Super Bowl standpoint, this is the big game. Everybody's got a snack that they like. What's yours?
Well, probably two answers to that. What do I like?
What's the healthy snack?
Better way to ask it, because I was going to give you an answer to both. The healthy snack, if I'm allowed to, would be a healthy composition of ingredients for a key lime pie. Okay. Now, that's my favorite. However, there's no way you can go to Atlanta, down south, and not have a sweet potato pie. I once did an episode on Married with Children when I was with Fox, and it was about my mother, God bless her. It was about her sweet potato pie, which we fought over. And if, in fact, I could, but I can't, I can at least look from a distance at some cornbread, otherwise known as cone bread, and some macaroni and cheese. Oh, my goodness. But right now, it's only looking at it.
That's fair.
Ryan, that's the best information you got out of me right there.
James Brown, once again, NFL Today host. Thanks for the time.
Ryan, thank you very much.